what are your plans about going back to the UK or planning to move to another country? How did I start making money? That's a very good question. 3 lessons that I learned last year. And how are you doing mentally, emotionally? Okay, let's talk about my mental health now.
Then one slap this whip reverse. What's for the west we pull up and burst. This GTC's done mileage, really can't afford to crash and burn. Can I bend down and black your back? 433, that's all I tap. This night tech fleece too jumpy, yo Rubo, trust me, don't.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is one of those videos where I'm just sat down, chilled, and you get to see the different side of Moses. You get to see what's the word? I don't want to use the word calm, but like the more mature and educated side of Moses, I guess. Yeah, it's 2023. I feel like I'm not giving you guys a proper update on my life in a while, like what's been going on, what's coming, just how I am mentally, how I am physically and everything, and what's new with me. So today it's going to be one of those videos where I just sit down, I just answer some of your questions that you guys have sent me on Instagram, and essentially before I do that, I just tell you guys about how last year ended and how this year started and what's coming up with me. So before I start the video, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you guys comment the things that you guys want to see this year. I'm prioritizing listening to my audience, so whatever you guys want to see this year, make sure you put in the comment section, and I will start doing that from now on. Also guys, before I start, my energy is not down. I'm not feeling sad or anything. I literally just woke up like 30 minutes ago and I was gonna start my day on a busy day. I just thought before I leave, let me quickly just shower, put my clothes on and just film this video before I go. So it's not that my energy is down. This is just like morning Moses. Last year, content creating wise, YouTube was amazing. I was filming constantly with my friends, my family. It was a lot more creative. It was a creative year. I feel like everybody was so enthusiastic. Everyone was so motivated to be on YouTube, to be content creating. And towards the end of the year, it kind of went downhill, but it's not nobody's fault. I just feel like reality just hit and a lot of us had different things to do in life. Some of us graduated earlier than others. Other people just weren't feeling it as much anymore. So I felt like towards the end of the year, it was only me that was still really, really motivated to keep doing YouTube and to keep creating content. So I kind of had to find ways to do content that involved just me, that was still wild, creative and fun. I feel like that's why my contents kind of went a way where it was like me just doing, in a way, let's just use the word corny, doing corny, weird things that was just me or me with girls and so on and so forth. But I felt like I had to just experiment on my YouTube. I just try new things, and even this year there's a lot more new random things coming. So this year I'm gonna be a lot more selfish with myself, because I feel like last year I was very, very open to the world. Like anyone that I met was practically invited to my whole life. I was never ashamed, I was never scared or shy from showing people my whole life, telling them everything about me and so on and so forth. So I think this year I'm going to be a lot more selfish with myself and only let certain type of people in my life. And in terms of content creating as well, I feel like I really just want to find a way to be able to create content without relying on others. So this year is going to be a lot more Moses, a lot more me doing me wherever I am, any country that I'm traveling more and just doing more casual but creative content. So before I talk about my mental state right now, I'm going to answer a few questions and then we're going to get into how I feel mentally and physically and so on and so forth. One of the most important lessons that I learned last year was that not everybody's happy for you. No matter how much they smile in your face, no matter how much they congratulate you, hug you, share your and so on and so forth, not everybody is actually happy for you. And it's so funny because you hear people say this all the time online. Oh, by the way, not everyone is happy for you. But you just think to yourself, nah, my people are good. Until it hits the fan and you realize that these guys weren't happy for me the whole time. They've just been envious and angry. But I guess I'm going to be a lot more careful with the things that I say and the things that I let people know that's happening in my life. Another lesson that I learned is that things are not forever. So you can be happy today and sad tomorrow. You can be rich today and poor tomorrow. Like I think this year I'm going to be taking a lot more things, not for granted, but as it comes, I'm going to appreciate it fully and just enjoy it to the most before it goes, because things just don't last. I think a final lesson that I learned last year is to prioritize your happiness over other people's happiness. Guys, I can't emphasize this enough. If you feel like you're one of those people that always wants to make other people happy before yourself. Amazing. I was like that, and it's, you know, it backfired on me. Prioritize your happiness before other people. Make sure you are happy before you make sure other people are happy. Guys, I finished uni last year. So I had a silly situation where I missed my graduation because I went to Nigeria. But I don't know if by the time this video is gonna come out, if my graduation pictures will be out. I don't know, but yeah, I'm graduating, like, to the point where I finished university. I did psychology with criminology and I've graduated. There was rumors that I didn't graduate, and instead I didn't even go to uni, that I did a personal training course. It is what it is. I actually have a personal training qualification, level 4, but I did that on the side. I did that like when I was in college, like that I paid for it and still went to university and I graduated. But the pictures will come out soon, because I feel like in this world that we live in, you have to show evidence, otherwise they're gonna believe you did it. That's a very good question. I've always been a hustler my whole life. When I was in secondary school, I used to sell Lucozade and sweets and so on and so forth. I said this in my previous videos. At one point, I used to repair people's phone because I was just good at that. I don't even know where I learned it. I'm guessing on YouTube. I saved up and I started doing my personal training course. Even before that, sorry, I was training people without a qualification, and I made very good money into it. And I invested into lands in Nigeria from early. I had a land when I was like 17, so it appreciated in price. So when I sold it, there was a lot more profit. I've always just been an investor. Like, I like to put my money into things that's gonna grow. Obviously, after saving up and so on and so forth, I started the whole rental business, which made me a significant amount of money. Don't want to say how much, but it put me in a comfortable state. Once you're making money, it's easier to keep making more money. So every time I made more money, I'd invest into something new, then the money will go up, and so on and so forth. I actually don't know. I think, you know, when you're in secondary school or when you're in like college and you learn like your first ever big phrase, you can't let it go. I think the first time I heard someone say it was a YouTuber, and it just sounded so swift, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start saying this, but we're not gonna be saying that anymore. I'm gonna find something else to say. I don't know why I always say it though. Like, I don't know, I just thought it made sense. People think I moved to Nigeria. I didn't move to Nigeria. I have a house there. So when I'm bored of the UK, I go to my house in Nigeria, and I can stay there for months. I can stay there for weeks. I can stay there for however long I want. And then when I'm done, or when I'm bored, I come back to the UK. I don't think a lot of people understand how possible that is. So I think when I'm in Nigeria for a long time, people are like, oh my God, he's moved back to the UK. I mean, he's moved back to Nigeria. No, I just have a house there. So when I'm bored, I go there. But right now I'm in the UK. I've been back for a while. I think people thought when that whole last year situation occurred that I ran to Nigeria. No, I literally went for Christmas period. I had so much fun. And I got back in January. I've literally been in the UK. That's my dog for life. That's someone that's gonna come to my wedding. I'm gonna go to his wedding. Has my grown? Good one. I think it has though. It was never small anyways. Okay, I've seen this question so many times. How are you doing mentally, emotionally? Okay, let's talk about my mental health now. So I used to be this guy where I used to always say, I don't even know how people go through mental breakdowns. I'm so hard, I'm so strong, like whatever, it is what it is. I've been so nonchalant my whole life. But like at the end of last year, I think my mental state was challenged. I think that's the right word to use. It was really, really challenged. I was at a point where I was thinking, this cannot be real. I'm the type of guy where I like to be in the public eye. Like, I don't even like doing the whole VIP. Like, I like to be in the crowd. Like, as big as I am, I want to have a standard tickets. I want to be where all the normal people are. I don't want to make myself feel like a celebrity, or I just want to live a normal life. So I think towards the end of last year, when everything was happening, I was still trying to just live a normal life. I was still going to normal parties, you know, parties where uni students were going to be at, parties where normal people were. Sounds weird saying normal people, but when I started to realize that, oh, you are actually not to the standard that you think you are. You are a higher place than a lot of people, and you can't just be surrounding yourself to these kind of people. It taught me a big lesson entering 2023, because now I've had to change how I am completely. Like now, I don't want to go to places where everyone is at. Not because of the fact that, you know, I have anxiety or anything, which I don't, but I just feel like now I just can't do it, because now I need to be aware that there's going to be so many other people watching me, waiting for me to up, waiting for me to fail, waiting for me to do something silly, so they can use that as content. In a way, it's like paparazzi waiting for you to do something silly so they can record you. And I think that's kind of affecting me in a way, because I just love being outside with the normal world, doing the normal things like a normal person. But now I've learned that I can't do that. Some of you guys are probably going to be thinking you can still do that, but I feel like I actually cannot. Before, I was like the king of going out on solo meals. Definitely someone that's watching this must have seen me probably eating at Wagamama by myself or Vapiano's by myself. I don't even give a toss. I would go out and eat, and I wouldn't even make a phone call. I would just eat the food and I'll go. But now I just feel like I can't do that. You know, you're Moses, and if something happens, you know, if you spill your food, someone's gonna record it and laugh at you or something silly like that. I think that's one of the most challenging things that's happening to me this year. However, people do it. I know most of my friends are in the industry and they do it. And then now I just feel like I just need to learn how they do it, adapt to it, and just live my life like that, you know. Mentally, it's not the greatest feeling ever, because I feel like I'm changing myself just because of the fact that the society that I live in, the status that I am currently in, requires me to, and it's so annoying. But apart from that, I'm physically good, I'm physically great. Like, I'm still happy, I'm still optimistic, I still love making content. Nothing has changed, my mood is still up. Still, you know, there's still bigger things coming. It's not like I'm gonna stop YouTube or whatever. No, everything is still the exact same, but the way I had to change myself as a person is affecting me in a way. But slowly we're getting there, and it's getting better, so it's not really an issue anymore. I never planned to use my degree for like a career. I feel like I just wanted to learn psychology so bad so I can understand why people do certain things, and it just makes your life a lot easier when you've studied something that explains human behavior. So when people do wrong to you or when people do bad to you, you don't just immediately hate them, you understand why they do the things they do. And there's no one I can actually say that I actually hate. You know, regarding anything that's happened, I don't really hate anybody, because everybody has their past and everybody has a reason why they do certain things. So I feel like I just studied psychology just for the knowledge of the world and why people do certain things. I do not believe I'll be using it for my degree at any chance. It's just not gonna happen. I love your content, bro. You're an inspiration. Have you finally moved to Nigeria? Thank you very much for saying that. Sometimes I get shocked that I actually inspire people, because wow, what do I do that inspires you? But I guess maybe it's just the fact that I content create. And someone DM'd me the other day and they were like, you know, you're so unapologetically you, and you don't care, you just do what you want to do. And I think that's probably what, you know, people are inspired by when it comes to me. And it's like the key to content creating anyways. You just have to be you. If you're anyone else, it's not gonna work, because people are gonna notice that you're just faking it. Oh my god, I have so much story times, but they will come this year. I just want to they will come this year, don't worry guys, I promise. No, guys, me and Amma are just friends. Like, I don't understand why a guy and a girl can't just be friends. We're literally just friends, like, for real. Hell no, I'm sorry, I feel like this life that we live, you can never ever be satisfied. You have to keep working. And I feel like where I want to be, my goal is I want to have my own TV show hosted. Like something like a Paddy McGuinness, you know, like, you know, I've done the Tech Me Out, I've done the Dane Diaries, the Smash or Pass. I want to have my own TV show where I'm like the main host and so on and so forth. So we're working towards that. Well, we're literally working towards that. Hopefully one day that happens. I think I want to start production properly in Nigeria first than the UK, just simply because of the fact that the population is a lot bigger. So it's easier to gain the views and the, you know, the revenue and so on and so forth. It's just easier to start over there than bring it here, because here they only like you when you're big. So maybe I should go and get big there. And I still need to go to America. I feel like that's a trip that awaits me, and when I do that, it's gonna be crazy. Like, I'm not gonna be knacking women, I'm gonna be like smashing it. Okay, I don't want anyone to get that confused. But yeah, that is the end of the video. I hope I answered all you guys' questions. If there's some questions that you guys still want to ask, just comment it below and I'll answer in the comment section. Yeah, the next video that you guys see on my channel is going to be a very, very different concept. So make sure you guys wait for that one. And yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Then one slap this whip reverse. What's the what's we pull up and burst. This GTC's done mileage, really can't afford to crash and burn. Can I bend down and black your back? 433, that's